Today I'm at the bench putting bucktail on some 3/8 flatheads. Stay tuned. Good morning. Just making sure everything is recording. Welcome back to the bench. Today, just thought I'd turn the cameras on. Not doing anything terribly fancy. I am just filling orders and getting ready for my springtime sales. We have roughly, about a month and a half, 2 months before opening season here in New York State. We're about 3.5 weeks away from beginning of April, and the opening of trout season. So have been pretty busy, just trying to get as much done as I can ahead of time, and packaging up materials, and soon I'll be on the road making my runs. But I did think that I would turn the cameras on. Actually, let's turn this light on while I'm tying. And this is a head style that in a size that I don't think I've done recently. 3/8 flat. It's a size that I really like using. I think the 3/8 to me sinks like a heavier jig because of the flat profile. And I do like using this jig in the river, particularly because of the flathead. But it has a smaller overall profile. It's got the shorter hook. It's a 1/0 hook, but it's the 32756 Mustad hook. It's a fine wire hook, and because of the length of the head itself, does create an illusion that this is a shorter bodied profile of a minnow, as opposed to if this was a ball head with the same hook. It'd look like the body was long and slender, as an example. But it's a jig that I like using. It's a jig that's fairly popular. If you're fishing in 15-20 feet of water, it's a great choice. If you're fishing in the river, doing some bank fishing, another good choice. So we're doing just a simple brown and white. So I start with my brown bucktail, and I grab a pinch. Now, the way this head tapers down, it's a little difficult if you haven't tied these. If I go a long time without tying these, the first one or two doesn't usually look right to me. And it's because of the way this head is shaped. If I grab a pinch that I would typically put on a ball head, that would look fine. On this jig, it would look a little bit too thick. So we'll try to explain that as I go along, creating this collar. But I'm going to measure from the eye of the hook to the bend of the hook. That length past the bend of the hook will be the length of the tail. So I lock it in place, a couple wraps towards the bend of the hook, a couple wraps back towards the head. As always, we have our V. We give that a twist and rotate it to what becomes the back of the jig. And then I have this nice white tail. Again, I try to take a pinch that's fairly sparse. I think the storm that they've been expecting, we've only caught the edge of it. We did get snow, pretty consistently steady from last night, 10 o'clock last night, all the way through till about noon today. But in terms of the amount, the depth is nowhere near what they were predicting. We only got maybe an inch or two. But the air, the static in the air, makes it difficult with these tails. If I snip it, it sticks to my hands. I do have a dryer sheet. I did have a dryer sheet in my bag. There we go. I do keep a dryer sheet in my waist bag. It does help with the anti-static. You could also take the anti-static spray that you get in the laundry section and spray it in your garbage can. But here we go. I'm just measuring this, making sure they're the same length. Now if this pinch was really thick, you can see I don't have much room here. You know, the way the head slopes down. So that's why I try to take a little bit less of a pinch, so that when I lock this into place, there's a few reps towards the bend of the hook, a couple reps back to lock it into place. I don't want to have such a large step from the head up to the collar. Not so bad. As always, we finish this off as normal with a loop of size 8 thread of a different color. And we'll finish this as so. Now you can jazz this up just like any other jig, adding tinsel, adding a stinger hook. But this is a color that I really like. It's just a simple brown and white jig. Get this more centered. Very simple, brown and white jig. I like using this color combination any time of the year. Springtime, fall, middle of summer. Finish the collar with our lacquer-based head cement. And give us some ideas. What's your favorite way to jazz these up? What type of flash do you like to use? Stinger hooks, etc. What would be good to add to this to just jazz it up just a little bit? There we go. Very simple jig. I think that's going to do it for us today. We do have some new things that have been going on. Go ahead, check out the website. jworthhandtied.com. I've been slowly getting more and more inventory listed on there. Right now we have the walleye streamers. We got some traditional Catskill style streamers on there. Barumba heads, the air heads. There are some of the ball heads. And what else do we got on there? Oh, I got a great deal on hooks. I bought up a bunch of Mustad hooks, mostly hooks specifically for fly tying, and I squirreled away part of what I ordered, but they were such a great deal. I did order extra, and I put some of those extras on the website, and I pass along some of those savings. So you'll see when you get on there. There's some streamer hooks, dry fly hooks, and some wet fly hooks as well. I think that'll do it, though, for us today. As always, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any new content. Feel free to share any of our videos, as it does help increase awareness for the channel. Keep tying, guys, and tight lines.